following is brought to you by crazy dog people everywhere.
And on the 9th day, God looked down on his wide-eyed children and said they need a companion. Somebody willing to wake up, give kisses, pee on a tree, sleep all day, wake up again, give more kisses, then stay up until midnight basking in the glow of a television set. So God made a dog.
And now, it's time for the Down with Dogs podcast, a dog cast dedicated to keeping your furry baby fit, healthy, and happy. Here's your host, Courtney, and her boy, Jackson.
Hey, welcome to the Down with Dogs podcast. Today's guest is Valerie Martin, a health and weight loss coach out of Enfield, Connecticut, who I met, oddly enough, at New England Eye Care when we had our dogs there. Thank you so much for being in the Down with Dogs podcast.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
So,
thank you for having me.
I was drawn to you immediately, Valerie. Turns out she lives a couple of exits away down the road, and New England Animal Eye Care is probably an hour away for both of us.
Yeah, it's a good 45 minutes from me.
Yeah, so it's not like we bumped into each other at like an animal clinic in town or anything. But I was immediately drawn to Valerie. We're going to talk today on the podcast about her 3 fur babies and how she keeps them happy and healthy. And I tell you what, Valerie, when I was walking into the Animal Eye Center or walking out and you were walking in, I was drawn to your dog. I could tell that your dog was an older dog.
Yeah.
And she was jumping all over the place. How is that dog? It didn't seem like the dog, gray face. How old is that dog?
She's going to be 15 in March. That's Portia. Yeah, she's a black lab.
Black lab, 15 years old, acting like a puppy. I said, I need to find out what your secrets are. So thank you for joining us. She's going to share her secrets today. You've got 3 dogs?
I have 3 rescues.
Oh.
Yep. I've had 9 altogether.
Okay.
1 that I bought.
Yeah.
But all the others have been rescues, and there's a different energy about a rescue dog, I swear. They just know that they have been rescued, and they are so grateful.
They're
amazing. Just amazing creatures. Yeah.
So the older dog, I'm sorry, what was her name again?
Portia.
So how do you keep Portia so active? She was acting like a puppy, and I thought, you have to give supplements or vitamins, or what is it?
Well, I think it's all of those. Definitely today, I think people and dogs need supplementation.
Right.
Definitely, especially your older dogs, because typically they end up with joint issues, arthritis, or eye issues, or problems with their coat, and certainly energy. The other thing is definitely got to keep your dogs exercise, keep their minds busy.
Absolutely.
I hate it when I see older dogs that are so overweight. I'm sorry,
It's
and the owner just says, well, they like their cookies, and it's like, but you're the one in charge of the cookies.
And I will tell you real quick, I was there because my dog's eyes were cloudy. Turns out it's fat deposits from a high-fat diet.
Exactly.
So keeping your dog fit and healthy and lean is key. I was mortified when she told me they were fat deposits.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing that happens to people. When we don't exercise and we eat the wrong foods, what happens? Dogs are no different,
Right.
And for a lot of people that work, if their dogs are home alone, chances are they're sleeping and eating.
Right.
So maybe they get a half an hour walk or 20 minutes. Well, that's not enough to burn off those calories, just like for people.
So you need to adjust the diet.
You need to adjust the diet. And certainly if people are able and they can put their dog in a daycare even once a week for socialization and for exercise, that's really, really good. I mean, I have 3 and they play by themselves, and we have a good size yard and play a lot of ball and take them for walks and hikes and things like that because I like to be active. But if you're not active, then you got to get that dog active.
Right.
Because that's going to keep them healthier for sure.
And so is Portia the oldest of the bunch?
Portia is the oldest, yes. She's going to be 15 in March.
Yeah.
She's a black lab from Mississippi. She's a Southern Belle.
Aww.
And when we got her, actually, she was, this sounds crazy to say, she was filthy. I mean, absolutely filthy. Oh. Depending on where they come from. And it's not, when you have to understand, for a lot of these rescues, if they've got 30, 40, 50 dogs, they can't be bathing them and doing their nails and, high maintenance. That's not going to happen. They're lucky that they're well cared for. They have food and water, and they have vet care and things like that, so... It was interesting when we got her, my husband had brought her to the place that I work, and I'm brushing her like with my hand and loving on her, and this dirt is like coming off of her. So I said, you got to go home and give her a bath till I get out of work. He said, when I got home, he gave her 3 baths. I gave her 3 more, and she's gorgeous, I mean, you just don't always know what you're going to get, but we just love her. She's so docile and friendly, and Just a gorgeous creature.
When you got her, and like I said, she is gorgeous. I was drawn to her immediately. When you got Portia, how old was she?
They figured about 18 months.
Okay.
But, later on you find out she could have been 3.
Right, right.
So we're judging somewhere in there.
And so health-wise with her,
Yep.
when she came to you, did she have any major health issues aside from being dirty?
No, she was very healthy. She passed all her exams and everything. She was great. No, she's been awesome.
All right, so now you've got to give us the trick. What are you giving her to keep her from having like arthritis or joint pain like she was running around?
Well, I give her this supplement called OPC for Pets.
Okay.
It's a very high-powered antioxidant.
Okay.
It also contains glucosamine.
Oh,
so
that's good
it's
stuff.
really good for their joints, you know.
Right.
And you got to understand, dogs, even if you have a dog that's in the house a lot and things like that,
Right.
but they're coming in contact with the air outside, with the ground.
Yes.
If you use different things on your soil for your yard and things like that, they're going to ingest that. And let's face it, dogs are dogs, and mine are really active. And if you're not out there watching them every second, they're eating worms or bugs or something that dropped from the sky.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
They're just being
Yeah.
dogs, So you need to give them some kind of, I feel antioxidant protection, and this has literally saved other dogs of mine that I've had their lives, literally.
So with the OPC,
Yep.
so that's an antioxidant. So that's obviously different from a probiotic or a prebiotic. That's
Right,
something
exactly.
different.
Right, it
and
is.
So
It is.
it's an antioxidant that helps flush out toxins. Is it good for dogs with like environmental
It
allergies?
helps bring down inflammation in the body, and all disease typically starts from an inflammatory state. When disease gets high enough, we give it a name like arthritis or cancer or bursitis or asthma or heart disease, whatever. Well, these same things happen in animals as well. They get not all, but many of the illnesses that we get and are subject to. So certainly healthy diet, good supplementation, and good exercise for a long, healthy life
And an antioxidant, apparently.
it makes a huge difference. OPC for Pet Health is really tremendous. It's a combination basically of bilberry, grapeseed extract,
Yes.
red wine, pine bark, and citrus bioflavonoids, as well as glucosamine. So these are all great both for people. They're also great for pets.
Can I take this?
Well,
got
we
red wine
have
in
we
it.
have an adult version.
Oh!
We have a human version
Yes!
called OPC.
Human.
Yes,
No
human.
way.
Yes,
I
yes,
love it.
yes.
All right, so
And OPCs really they stand for oligomeric proanthocyanidins. Great big word, but it really means it's a group of bioflavonoids.
okay.
Antioxidants.
So it is all natural.
it's all natural, absolutely
Holistic.
holistic. Yes,
You're not
yes.
putting any chemicals into
Not
your
at
dog's
all.
body at
No.
all.
No.
Wow. And then the ingredients, grapeseed extract, I hear is
Yep.
amazing.
It is. It really is. And glucosamine as well as pycnogenol is tremendous. And you can look up the studies on each one of those. And I can certainly give you the link if you want. And
Yeah.
all the information is there, the ingredients, what it does, and all the science behind it. But I've given this to all of my dogs after they were a year of age.
Okay,
And-
so this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Valerie Martin, health and weight loss coach out of Enfield, Connecticut. Fur mommy of 3 beautiful fur babies at the moment. We've had like a
Absolutely.
total of 9.
Yes.
And your oldest, Portia, acts like a puppy because I've seen her. And apparently you're giving her OPC. So what I'm going to do is I will either get a photo of it or a link
Sure.
and put it in the comments
Sure.
on this Facebook page so anybody listening to the podcast can find this supplement as well. Because I
Right.
think it sounds amazing. I'd like to look into it. At least the one for OPC humans. I need to get myself some of
with
that.
over 60 degenerative diseases.
Oh my gosh.
Well, like I said, if you can bring inflammation down in the body, people and our pets, and this
Yeah.
is good for cats and dogs too.
Valerie's tricks so far. I'm just going to break it down. OPC,
Yep.
a healthy diet,
Yep.
exercise,
Absolutely.
mental stimulation,
Of course. Good
and
training helps.
good
you know.
training, socialization, all of that. And that's the key to keeping at least your puppies, and I think probably every puppy, happy and healthy.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, I'd love to have you back on a future podcast because I know from speaking with you off the air that I'd love to pick your brain about certain foods that you should feed your dog. You should or shouldn't. And I'm talking like people foods. I'm
Absolutely.
talking, I want to delve into kale and carrots and things, dairy, some things that people think are good and okay
Are not.